go ahead and use this time before we begin to hang out a little bit and socialize a bit. Good to see you all. Thank you for coming. And right back to it. Love. This is Trish. I think we'll go ahead and start. First, thank you all for attending today's community comments. JR is our MC and moderator, and the board members will be listening to community comments. We'll try to keep it as smooth as possible for viewing purposes. Give us just a moment. I think there's one person, Jessica, who might be in the wrong room. Not sure what's happening with the technology here. Okay, more people will continue to join, but I do want to make sure that we know what's going to happen here. Each comment is limited to 2 minutes. I would like to give everyone an opportunity to get their comment in. And then when you are not making your comment, you will not be showing your video, but while you're making your comment, obviously you will. You'll see the interpreters on screen. So thank you all for joining. As a board, we will all be watching and listening. We are all here and excited about taking action.
Hello, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Jaren George, JR. I am from Southern California, from the Ventura area. And I am thrilled, I am honored to be able to support DHHSC and this board in facilitating our community comments. Before we move forward, I would like to ask all of you individuals to please stop your video. You will see that on the bottom of your screen, typically to the left, so that all that will be remaining on your screen visibly will be the two interpreters and myself. Please stop your video. If you can do that, I still see Jamie. If you wouldn't mind closing out your video where it says unmute, next to that should be stop video. That is on the bottom bar of your screen. And if you would please block your video. Oh, okay. Beth says, okay. And now it looks like we have Marilyn. Can you see me, Marilyn? With a very limited view. Can you see me, Marilyn? Marilyn? Okay, there seems to be a view.
Marilyn saying, I can see myself now.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go. Okay, great. Now I will switch it back to gallery view so that everyone is able to view comfortably. Wonderful. Welcome to our community comments forum. We have all of our board of directors that are here to listen. They are not here to participate, but they are here to listen to what you have to share today. The board of directors are sitting back. They want to hear our community. They will make note of the comments. I will be working today as your MC. If you would like to share a comment, what you need to do is go down to your chat and type your question or comment in that chat section. I will open those questions one by one and moderate that communication. One moment. I am learning that we will go to Spotlight for the voice. So we'll go ahead and use the Spotlight feature for now. Jane, I see your screen up. Did you want to make a comment? Jane, let me put you in Spotlight.
Okay. I wanted to say that even though COVID is happening, I had worked in the past at DHHSC and staff and interpreting services have been working hard. I would like to say, great job, congratulations, don't give up, keep going, stay positive, figure out those creative and different ways to provide support, even with what's going on. So a big hooray for the entire agency.
Thank you, Jane. I am sure that the staff and the board of directors greatly appreciate your support and positive comment. I do want to take a look at my chat to make sure I follow the order that the comments are coming in. Give me a moment. I want to share a little bit again about how you can participate in this forum. Once again, what you will need to do is type your comment or question in the chat. And then when I call on your name, that will give you the opportunity to be viewed. You can share your comment in Sign, and that will be available for the board of directors to view. It is important that you select the chat feature
and type comment.
And type comment. And Nicole is sharing that she is new to the whole Zoom thing. We are here to support you. There are many of us that are new to the whole Zoom thing. And Jessica Lozano Delgado is excited about joining the board and wanting to help. Thank you so much. The floor is yours. Is there anyone that would like to share?
Beth?
Beth? I'm sorry, I will spotlight you now. Give me just a moment.
Okay, I wasn't sure how to type. I have a pop-up. Hold on. Okay. Where do I type comment? I don't know where to type that. Help me, please, with the technology. Or do I just go ahead and sign?
Let me address that. Let me explain that a little bit more. At the bottom of your screen, just about center, you will see the word chat. If you select that, you will see a list and you can type the word comment, and then there will be a space for you to type your comment. We will follow that in order of those comments received and spotlight you so that you can share and sign. Hold on just a moment, Beth. I'm so sorry.
Thanks for your patience with me as I navigate this technology. Okay. All right. I know that there is a president of the board. And she gave me her work email address. And I feel comfortable emailing, but I would feel more comfortable if it were a DHHSC email. It's nice to see the tab for each board member, but there is no email address in case I wanted to reach out directly to the president. And so I think it would be nice to have the board members with their own DHHSC email. I'm on the committee for the senior citizens group and have been, but they have been reaching out to me instead of what would typically be the executive director. And a lot of times I'll use my home VP, and if the folks cannot get a hold of Alex, because Alex knows what's going on with the Thursday senior citizens group, but I would like to be able to have an email for the board. I don't want to use the president's work email. I know students use that email, and it's the president of our board. And so I think it might be hard for her to know, is this a DHHSC email? Is this a work email? So a couple of months ago, I think it was June, for the board meeting, I watched it on YouTube. And it was said that there was an email address. I went looking for it and couldn't find it. So that's all I have, an email for the board.
Okay, we'll now move to Tricia. Go ahead, Tricia. Hello, everyone, and thank you. Yes, I do need that, and we are in the process. My hope is that we have lost the other accounts. So my hope is that we can better distribute the new email accounts. And once we have all of that information, we will get that distributed to everyone. With the in terms of our future, I may not always be on the board, so I want people to be able to access board information. I do not want that information sent to Fresno State email or to my personal email, so I appreciate that designation to have a separate email for DHHSC.
To respond to that, I do want to let you know, we did have staff pictures on the website. And at that time, I think we had 2 or 3 staff that asked to not have their picture posted for personal reasons, due to stalking and things of that sort. And they asked to have their pictures removed. So it really depends on the time, but I can check with the staff, get a pulse on their preference as to whether or not they want their picture online. But to make that process more smooth, you can use the resources at dhhsc.org email. Our administrative assistant, Colleen, gets the email and then forwards it appropriately. And if it's sent to me, I forward to the staff, or Harvey forwards to staff, to ensure that everyone gets the message, because sometimes people will email the wrong person if there are too many options. So we tend to just direct them to one email account, and then that person can then forward it on. So that's why either directly to the individual or resources at dhhsc.org. We did have an email address for the president at dhhsc.org, and it was left unused. And previous presidents preferred to use their own accounts. So now, if we would like to have that set up, I am 100% fine with that. Just know that historically, with staffing and board members changing, that affects things as well.
Next, we have Steve Longo. If we can move to his video, please. Nikki, do you want me to interpret for
Sure,
Steve?
I can. This is Steve. Beth, thank you for your comment and question. I I was on the DCARA board in the Bay Area, and we had put in place a DCARA email for the board, and it worked really well. The president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer were on that, that email. And so I think we can do the same thing here. It can be president@dhhsc.org, vice president@dhhsc.org, but that way individuals can email specifically to those board members to either express concerns or ask a question, and that name can stay. And then as the board members change, the title is going to be the same, like Trisha was just saying. It won't be a personal email, but it'll be a title. And then the board members can be assigned to those accounts. And I think it'll be easier for us to maintain that way. So thank you very, very much for that, Beth.
Thank you. Next in our comments, we will go to Alexander Sanborn. We can spotlight Alex's video. Hello, everyone. I appreciate the comment in terms of the emails for each of our board members and not using personal or other emails. I think it is a good thing to reflect a DHHSC email for all of our board members, and believe that will help to move things more smoothly. And if you were to look at the website, then we could list each of the board members on the website in addition to staff and who the staff members are. I think that would be an easy thing to do, just simply listing the name for safety reasons. We have staff anniversaries annually. And if you look at, for example, the website now, you might see Kat's picture because it is her anniversary this month with DHHSC. So that is the only way that we are showing them visually. If you look at June 2020, you will see our executive director, Michelle's picture there for the month because it is her work anniversary, if you will. So that's one idea and one approach.
That's a nice opportunity to recognize the individual staff members who work for DHHSC. Let me check to see who is next to make a comment. One moment.
Lozano,
Okay.
Delgado.
Now, was it Jessica? Did you have a comment, Jessica Lozano? I think next will be Nicole. So please show your video. Give me just a moment and I'll spotlight you. Okay, this is Nicole. Now you can see me. 1 second. Now I have a pop-up. Hello, everyone. Now you all can see my face. I know it's important that you all know who I am. It's nice to see everyone here today. I know some faces and some are new. I would like to learn a little bit about the board members. So I don't know if that can be emailed out, but I would love to be able to get to know the board members a little bit more closely. Also, staff contact information, I would agree that pictures are, you know, for safety reasons are something, you know, to seriously consider. But if I need to make a referral in terms of who handles deaf-blind information, that's not readily available. And I know that there are staff at DHHSC, and sometimes I can reach out personally, but I feel like it would be more professional if that was more clear, so that referrals can be made appropriately when people are saying, hey, I would like to know more about deaf-blind services. It same goes for office information like video phones, not seeing anything. I can reach out to Jesse and that's great. I can ask what his office number VP is, but I think it's important to really consider making that information more readily available, so that people, even like myself, don't have to use the personal text, but can reach out in a professional manner. Also about VDF, having it online sounds great, having performers sounds great, but I also have a concern for those who rely on that event for selling items, for those vendors. Maybe we can think of different ways to support the small businesses that really use this time, because times are tough right now. I'm just trying to bring it up that we maybe could think about having a small option for the vendors to make just a little bit of money as well through VDF. So that's all. Thank you. Good to see you all.
Thank you, Nicole, for your comments. We will be making note of those and do what we can in order to improve the process and help with accessibility of our staff and board. I believe Jessica, if you would like to start your video now. One moment. Okay, Jessica, give me one moment. I will spotlight you.
Pam, do you want to go or you want me to?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
Maybe we can do that. Do
yeah.
him, comment
Yep.
him.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
Hello. Hi. My name is Jessica. And I have 3 kids. Ada. See if I can show you my children. This is Ada.
Hi.
Say bye.
Hi.
Okay. And I also have
Ellie Ben.
Elvin.
E-L-I.
E-L-I, Eli. Ben, Eli Ben.
And he went to my dad's.
Eli Ben went to my father's home.
So I'm just home cleaning.
So I'm just here home cleaning.
And then the school I did learn. So I'm gonna be
At school.
here at home.
I am going to be here at home homeschooling.
3 kids.
3 kids.
I'm okay.
But I'm okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, and hi, Nicole.
Hi,
Nicole's
Nicole.
my friend.
Nicole is a friend of mine.
You said A?
B.
A, B,
D.
D.
She's 3.
She is 3.
Apple.
Apple. Banana.
Strawberry.
Strawberry.
Hey. She.
They know how to sign.
She.
Sorry. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I'm all done, but thank you.
I'm
And
done,
I'm
but
so
thank you.
happy.
And I'm so happy.
And I'm sorry I look like
I'm sorry I look like this.
cleaning.
but I'm here. So
Sissy. Goodbye.
bye. Thank you for taking the time to say hello to everyone from home. Who do we have next?
Can we mute participants? All right, Michelle, you have a comment. Let me spotlight you just a moment. You don't have to unmute. Don't have to. You're fine. No, you're fine. Go ahead. Sorry, timeout. Can we mute Jessica? Still hearing children play. Fine, but with the sound. Yes, thank you for letting us know that there was still sound in the background. We will go back to Michelle. Let me spotlight her just a moment. This is Michelle. I wanted to add, Nicole, thank you for talking about your experience in trying to find contact information. When we first started working remotely, we were sending out community emails saying, if you need to reach us, please do call the front desk. And that stayed the same, whether it was a voice line or the VP line. Encouraging folks to leave messages, voicemails, and sign mails. They would be forwarded to the appropriate person. You had mentioned, though, deaf-blind services in terms of who to reach out to. Thank you for that. Jesse and Alex and I will be looking over the website and looking at the various programs to make sure we highlight who those contact people are. That's something we can certainly add. I want to make that overall process easier. And I think the best response is always going to be contact the front desk, because any information or question will automatically be routed to the right person. Resources at dhhsc.org will always come through, but if you're looking for a specific individual, we'll work on how to make that contact information more clear, like you had said, for the senior citizens or for the deaf-blind individuals. Like for Beth, the Valley Senior Citizens information can be put there. We do, again, want to make that process easier, so thank you so much for bringing that to our attention. These are certainly challenging times. And those who already have a service provider typically will go back and forth in text, and that's 100% acceptable, especially given what's happening right now with remote services. That's generally one of the quickest and easiest ways to reach out. But whenever in doubt, contact the front desk or use the resources at dhhsc.org email.
Thank you, Michelle, for your expanded explanation of that. I believe now we'll go to Jamie, if we can spotlight Jamie. Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Jamie. I am excited about joining the board. I am originally from Prather, which is close to Clovis, and that I am happy to join and just want to say hello and thank you very much. And whoever's next.
Thank you. This is back to the MC. All right, we have about 10 minutes left. So we might want to go for another 5 minutes of comments and leave us 5 minutes of wrap up, or I'm just checking with our board president right now. Give me just a moment. All right, so I was talking with Trisha, and we will go with community comments until noon, since we started a little bit late, and 12 to 12:10 will be our closing and wrap up. So we have 10 minutes left. We'll look to see who is next for comment, and that is Darcy. First, I would like to say, oh, sorry, I started early. I got excited. Everyone can see me. Okay. First, I want to say hello. Welcome to the new board members. It's nice to see that board growing and good to see this agency changing. It's really important with these COVID times to keep everybody connected, young and old. I'm excited to see what is coming, and I want to really encourage additional creative ideas, webinars, hosting videos. I just learned recently about hosting a video, and that's something I'm not familiar with, but I'm excited to see where that may lead. There's also Netflix Party, where, I mean, people aren't getting together in one home, but through a concept much like Zoom, a different platform, but similar concept, and it's very, very new. But I think the function is very much the same, where you can see each other, and it's generally centered around a movie. And so that's something we could consider for a deaf event. I think that'd be really nice. I just wanted to throw that idea in the hat as we are trying to keep everybody connected, you know, for all ages. We can show movies. I don't know. I just wanted to toss my idea in the hat. Thank you for all that you do and for your time.
Yes, thank you, Darcy. That's great. We do need to come up with creative and fun ways to keep the community connected. Absolutely. We will make sure to note your comments, and I'm sure the board will talk about that and see what we can do. Beth, if you can open up your video, please. And I will spotlight you now. One moment. To Beth. Hold on just a minute. I need to get this figured out. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. You reminded me in regards to the Fresno Deaf Senior Citizens. In the past, we met every Thursday, and senior citizens met together, played games, played cards, played bingo, and there's no age limit. Before, it was only for individuals 55 and over, but there's been discussion to welcome younger, 21 and over. But then COVID hit. So we've talked about what we can do, what we should do. And as I've talked with others, in the past, the seniors had 4 individuals that served on a committee. However, now with COVID, everyone is at home. We are not meeting at the agency. We're not generating any funds from attendance. So Susan Coulter has hosted this idea. And what we are doing on Thursdays is we have a VP group, because there are some individuals that are unfamiliar with the technology for Zoom. So we have set up a VP group. We have a limit of 10, but we're still able to play games and do things like that. So if you know a senior who is at home, share with them, and they can reach out to Susan Coulter's video phone number. And if you'll give me just a moment, maybe some of you as board members can help to get the word out, that individuals can reach out to Susan, as opposed to us calling individuals one by one. It's the same idea as individuals coming into DHHSC. In lieu of that, they will be calling in and a part of the VP group video. There's no money, it's just pure enjoyment. Last Thursday, we did a alphabet game, come up with all the signs that you can think of with the letter A, then all the signs you can think of with the letter B, and so on and so forth. So it's allowed us to continue to connect. That's all, folks.
That's a wonderful suggestion, Beth. it's nice to know that we still have an opportunity for that Thursday group to get together. And I didn't know that the struggles with technology were what they are. And I understand now that there's a limit of 10. Looking back at our chat to see who is next for the comment. Nicole, please share your video. And I'll spotlight you one moment. This is Nicole. Okay, one second. That keeps asking me if I want to share audio. Okay. Beth, it's so good to see you. It's been several years. I like that idea of having a video group call. I've heard of it a few times, but never actually seen it or experienced it for myself. And is that through Sorensen? Is that through any provider? How does that work? Another idea to throw in is with everything being online nowadays, we might be able to set up tutorials and videos. I don't remember who had done it in the past, but showing people how to use Zoom. I know that there was one of those videos on the website, but we can post those on the website so that individuals can learn a little bit more and try and connect through webinars or events if that's how we happen to do them moving forward, but some kind of training would be nice. Additionally, I know later this might be addressed more deeply, but I think the deaf-blind group was meeting once a month in Fresno. I had every intention of attending and then COVID hit. But my concern is the isolation that many are experiencing with all of this. I would like to figure out a way to reinstate something for the deaf-blind community.
Thank you. We are now at that point where we have just 2 minutes left. I'd like to allow Michelle to share in those final 2 minutes, and then we will go to our board president for closing and wrap up. Go ahead, Michelle. I do want to take this opportunity. Jane, when you opened up our session, you shared very kind words about your appreciation for DHHSC. And we want to say this is not an easy time, and we are so grateful for all of your support. This has been a huge transition for us. Many of us have had to ramp up and learn the technology, how to host workshops via Zoom. Many of us had to learn the technology ourselves. And so it's been a challenging time. And at the same time, trying to teach clients and consumers how to use Zoom. And one of our Zoom tutorial videos does explain step-by-step how to set up a Zoom account. Those videos are typically included at the bottom of our community emails as to the step-by-step process in using Zoom. I know Susan has included many topics for workshops, and you will see more and more as we become more familiar with using Zoom. Thank you so much for your patience and your comments. In terms of the deaf-blind group, we did reach out to the deaf-blind leader. Because of the visual challenges, they did not want to set up Zoom services. It's too challenging, but the DBSG is on hold until the leader is ready to take the helm again. But thank you so much for your support. I'm so grateful for our staff's flexibility, our board's flexibility, and all of you. We are working very hard to accommodate and meet your needs, and we are here for the long haul. And I do want to take time to welcome our new board members. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your comments, for your support. We are at the point of wrap up. So what I would like to do is transition to Tricia for final comments, please. And we will spotlight Tricia.
This is Tricia. I really appreciated being able to hear community comments. I do see that COVID has had a big impact on our community. And this is something we need to consider in moving forward. We don't know what the future looks like at this point, and there are many what ifs. We just need to ensure we have a plan in place for DHHSC. We will be working on a strategic plan moving forward. So thank you all for the comments that you shared. A reminder to everybody, I'm always here. I'm always here to listen, to serve the community. I'm not just here as a board president to attend meetings. The only way we can act is if you give us something to act on. We don't know something's happening unless somebody tells us. Communication is vital. Every comment is greatly appreciated. For the senior citizens group, thank you for sharing that. I know some are less comfortable with newer technology. I think that the website could be redesigned again. In looking at it. Important information is there, but some of it is only visible if you scroll all the way to the bottom. So that is something worth reconsidering when we're talking about design in the future. I think it would be really important to have that pertinent information a little bit closer to the top. So in terms of design, we will look at that. Lastly, I want to see if there are any other board members who would like to also participate in this wrap up. Thank you, Jaren, for being our MC. We couldn't have done it without you. It's so nice to have somebody who can just focus on a technology and getting people on and off. There is much to juggle when doing that. So we really appreciate everything you have done for us today. A million thanks for you. Board members, is there anyone who would like to add a comment? This is Trisha again. Let's go ahead and move it to gallery and we can open it up. I would like to see all the faces. I want to be able to see everybody on the same screen. Yep, turn on your videos, everybody. And Steve would like to make a comment. Steve, you'll take us home. Last comment.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jaren. Thank you. And I want to thank all of you for your comments, for your ideas, for your suggestions. I do want to mention just a few things before we close. I have served as treasurer for the past 2 years, and I have noticed the tremendous job that the staff has done. And specifically, Paul Barnett has done a fabulous job in wrapping up our financial report. And I have mentioned to the board, I do think that the community needs to be aware of what he has done and the fabulous work that he has done to make sure that all of our funds were expended and utilized. If that is not the case, again, those funds get returned to the state. And DHHSC works as the other sister agencies. Any money that is unused has to be returned. And Paul, again and again, has made sure that we have done that, and also helped to ensure that we are not in the red, that we are not operating in a deficit. Looking at 2021, we're at a great start. We are moving forward. And I know in light of COVID, as Trisha has explained, it's been challenging. We have had to work hard to come up with creative ideas and approaches, and your ideas are great. We need to take a look at those, look at how we can keep our community involved with hosting various events. Suggestions were made as regards to the Valley Deaf Festival other events, the idea of a bingo game online. We need to keep those ideas coming. We want to keep our agency active. We appreciate your involvement, your serving, and your work with the board. Thank you so much.
Jane's clarifying the name sign for Tricia. All right, so back to Tricia. Would like to share with you all a reminder. Deaf Awareness Week will be the 21st to the 25th. It will be online. And so keep your eyes open and watching for that. Nicole has one more comment.
Oh, I completely forgot to unblock my video. Oops. Anyway, thank you. I do want to say to DHHSC, awesome job. And as we talk about planning future workshops and activities, I do want to remind everyone that it can be tough, but I do think there is something we need to consider in terms of our connection. It does not need to be simply local. We can make our connection statewide, nationwide. We need to think out of the box. And I talked about that just a little bit with Jesse Lewis today, and want to remind each of you today to the added benefit of working with technology and the benefits that that can provide for our future. Thank you all.
Back to Tricia. I wanted to share very briefly about an event that I would like to put out there and ask for support. I asked if Beth could speak a little bit more to this. So Beth, if you're still here. Adele shared with me about this event and asked if Michelle could send it out for the community to further support this event. Please do support our community. Remember that it's Fresno and California. And as Nicole said, it doesn't have to be limited to just here. It can open up, because really we need to value each other as deaf women, and times are hard, but we cannot give up. And don't disregard people, because we need each other. Beth, do you want to speak a little bit about this?
Can you all see me? This is Beth, and I am still learning about this awesome event. There are many organizations that are working. This is Deaf Women of Color. One moment. Okay, now I'm spotlighted. Okay, gather my thoughts. This is Deaf Women of Color, variety of races, ethnicities, but they are all deaf. And this is a new event to me. This is a new organization for me, DWC, representing Deaf Women of Color. I knew of Deaf Women United, but this is a new organization. And my daughter and my son-in-law both rode for this event that Trisha has shared. And Trisha, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I gotta sign this right. It opens up, right? It doesn't end in a closure of the hands, but an opening of the hand, like a flower opens. Okay, I've got this. Now I got to get my train of thought. I've totally lost it. Anyway, with that, my daughter and son-in-law rode with masks and went from Northern California to Southern California along the beaches in order to support deaf women of color. And this is an event where you can support them, $1, $2, whatever you're able to do. If you'll check Facebook, you can view this event. This event was established in 2005, very quietly, without a lot of fanfare, but it is growing as we look to ensure that Black lives matter, that lives matter, and that all people have an opportunity to be a part. So consider joining the bike ride next year along the coast. It might be a fun event.
This is
Okay.
Trisha. Thank you. Thank you for jumping in, Beth. I appreciate that.
Okay, now I got to close my video.
So again, I'd like to take a moment and say thank you. We will close community comments. This was a new experience doing it through Zoom. This is life right now, but sending love to all. Thank you to our community for watching and thinking. And if you come up with other ideas or concerns or questions, please email Michelle, email me. Please communicate with us. Remember, communication is how we improve. That is how we get better. Thank you so much. Thank you again, Jaren, for emceeing today. We appreciate it. Michelle saying thank you to the interpreters too.
Thank you, Nick.
You too, Pam. Good job. Good to see you.
You too. Good to see you.